this episode of Colorado Springs The Way It Was, we feature several films from the archives of the Broadmoor Hotel, including 3 short promotional pieces produced in 1963, 1968, and 1972. Also included in this program are clips of various activities at the hotel in the 1950s. Between the different programs, we have inserted some Black Label beer commercials shot inside the Golden Bee Pub by the Alexander Film Company in the early 1960s. Colorado Springs The Way It Was is produced by the Pikes Peak Library District and underwritten by the Alexander Film and Video Company, which has generously provided film-to-video transfer services for this series.
Colorado Springs, Colorado. A unique and ideal location for conventions, exhibits, conferences, and sporting events, as well as for vacation relaxation. Within its 5,000 acres at the foot of Cheyenne Mountain, on the southeastern tip of the Rocky Mountain Range, are all the activities and facilities to make your business or vacation venture successful. Here, centrally located near the middle of the United States, is mild year-round climate that invites healthful outdoor activity. The Broadmoor golf courses are famous for their quality. Both the 18 and 9-hole courses are maintained at championship caliber. National and international matches are conducted here, and golfing is played on both courses practically every day of the year. In summer, water skiing is popular with the younger members of visiting groups. Sunning and swimming in pure mountain spring water, heated to a comfortable temperature, are enjoyed in all seasons. Yes, in this enchanted region, there's no telling what wondrous things you might see. And wherever you look, at any time of the year, there are spectacular scenic views to admire. You might even see movies being made. Penrose Stadium is the locale of many horse shows and riding shows, and of the community-wide Fun Fest, the annual Pikes Peak or Bust Rodeo. The West has horses and trails difficult to equal. Many trails traverse Cheyenne Mountain, one of the steepest rising mountains from a flat plain in all the nation. And winding along the trail on horseback is perhaps the most fitting way to savor the color of this most colorful western region. For the angler, tumbling crystal clear streams and snow-fed lakes in the nearby mountains abound in husky game fish, lake trout, German browns, and many others, including the incomparable rainbow trout. A miniature railroad takes off from the Broadmoor Lagoon and climbs to the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo. Rated as one of the top 10 zoological parks in the United States, this zoo contains over 700 specimens of mammals, birds, reptiles, and amphibians displayed in clean, airy exhibits. Halfway up the Wonder Road is the Will Rogers Shrine of the Sun, a memorial to the great American humorist, constructed by his friend and builder of the Broadmoor, Spencer Penrose. On to the top, in the lodge on the 9,300-foot summit, for sandwiches and a magnificent view. On the same mountain, just 5 minutes from the Broadmoor, is Ski Broadmoor, in operation from December through March. Trails for beginners, novices, and experts lace across this 5 square mile area. Because snowfall is sparse in this region, the snow is manufactured at night at the rate of 1 inch per hour. Each morning, skiers have a good layer of new snow to ski on. The winter house contains a restaurant and beverage lounge, plus equipment rentals and ski shop. Expert instruction is available. In addition, Ski Broadmoor is the only night-lighted ski slope in Colorado. A ride on the Manitou Incline is always thrilling. As the car rises, a broad vista opens before your eyes. The summit of Pikes Peak, America's most famous mountain, can be reached by riding the Cog Railway, by driving the exciting auto highway, or for sturdy hikers, by foot trail. However you choose to get there, at the summit you are rewarded by a view that extends for hundreds of miles in all directions. Just a few miles north of Colorado Springs is the United States Air Force Academy. Encompassing almost 20,000 acres, the Air Force Academy is, in effect, a city in itself. The cadet area abounds in superlative examples of advanced architecture and consists of the cadets' quarters, classrooms, gymnasiums, parade grounds, an observatory, auditorium, and the beautiful chapel. 2 million visitors each year, thrilled to watching the cream of American youth as they march in matchless precision in their daily formations. Only the best can qualify for admission to the Academy, and only the best of the best graduate in the stirring ceremonies at the end of their 4-year training and education. Bordering Colorado Springs is a natural park named the Garden of the Gods. Here, with just a little imagination, you can see the kissing camels, Sir Harry Lauder, also known as the Scotchman, the famous balanced rock, and many other examples of nature sculpture. Fun continues in the world arena, where serious skating is interspersed with pleasure. Typical examples of world sporting events the Broadmoor hosts are hockey, figure skating, and speed skating. The Broadmoor Figure Skating Club annually produces an ice review with casts of over 100 skaters in costumes of professional production. The ultra-modern International Center presents many excellently produced shows featuring such name stars as Roger Williams, Nat King Cole, Harry Belafonte, Marlene Dietrich, Van Cliburn, and many others. The International Center was designed to provide convention facilities for groups numbering up to 2,400. The decor of the Broadmoor is distinctive and original. The main building and wings contain mezzanine areas, dining rooms, and beverage lounges of graceful comfort. The broad terrace is often used as a spacious outdoor ballroom, offering dancing under the incomparable Colorado night skies. Shops of national concerns, as well as local establishments, are located within the Broadmoor complex. affording pleasant hours of browsing. Men's and women's apparel, sporting equipment and gifts are presented in these modern boutiques. The new 144-room addition, Broadmoor South, has accommodations featuring double-sized beds and variable decor. Carpeting, draperies, furniture, and linens are of the best obtainable. Atop the 9-story building of Broadmoor South is the Penrose Dining Room. European cuisine and service accompany the remarkable setting. Through the windows can be seen the panorama of Colorado Springs, the Great Western Plains, and the Rockies. The Broadmoor hospitality and accommodations have earned fame for half a century. The Broadmoor facilities, staff, and activities await to serve you to your satisfaction.
Carling Black Label, the beer with more life in the flavor.
Put more flavor in your life, more fun, more cheer with Carling Black Label. Black Label beer, put more flavor in your life. The way is clear. Get Carling Black Label. Black Label beer.
You'll like the light and lively flavor of Carling Black Label beer. Next time, put more flavor in your life with Carling Black Label, the beer with more life in the flavor.
If your pleasures seem too few, you know what to do. Mabel, Black Label, the beer with more, the beer with more, the beer with more life in the flavor.
It began as an idea in the fertile imaginations of two believers of the American dream, Spencer Penrose and Charles Tutt. The idea? To create a place of incomparable beauty and unrivaled utility and place it in a perfect setting in complete compatibility with the environment. And the dream, of course, became a reality. At the foot of majestic Cheyenne Mountain, with a shimmering lake to mirror the sweep of its old-world architecture, the Broadmoor reached to the blue Colorado Springs sky, gave birth to what can only be called the Broadmoor experience. This is the place to which you come after you think you have been everywhere worth going and seeing everything worth seeing. And then you begin experiencing the incomparable Broadmoor. Lovely. She walks like beauty in the night. Her thoughts are ours. The beautifully appointed rooms, each with its own unique view. There is so much to do and see and experience here. For the active and young in heart, a potpourri of outdoor activity awaits in the clean, clear air and jewel-like setting of the Rocky Mountains. Three topaz heated pools fed with crystal mountain spring water. No less than 16 of the finest tennis courts in the world, and some are all weather protected. And 3 championship 18-hole golf courses that attract the finest golfers and the nicest people in the world. Like this profusion of smiles and warmth, a remarkable gentleman named Arnold Palmer.
I think the course is playing extremely well. As for this 13th hole, it's one that I think is very exciting with the lakes in front of the green, and if you hit the ball well, you can make a birdie, but if you don't hit it well, you can get into a lot of trouble.
With 5,000 acres of the most beautifully landscaped grounds in the world, why in the world would anyone possibly want to leave it? Only to experience the thrilling cog railway ride up to Pikes Peak, where panoramic views cause the visitor to gasp in awe and appreciation of the vistas assembled by a generous nature. Below, Manitou Springs and the red rocks of the Garden of the Gods. Above at the summit, an unmatched view. Denver, some 75 miles to the north of us here in Colorado Springs, and the Sangre de Cristo Mountains of southern Colorado and New Mexico, 100 miles to the south. A surprise and a special treat for children of all ages, the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo, where 1,000 superb specimens breathe fresh mountain air at the 6,800-foot level. The impressive Will Rogers Shrine of the Sun, built out of granite, hewn from Cheyenne Mountain by Spencer Penrose, in loving tribute to the great American humorist who was his good friend. And back at the Broadmoor, the experience continues. Dining in Edwardian opulence in Charles Court, elegance of cuisine and flawless service are the hallmarks. And here an artist of personal service, a magician of the palate, proves that caring is the operative word. Julie's ice cream creations, revealing the fine hand of another kind of artist who concentrates on another kind of palate. The pace quickens, as does the pulse in Spec Spot, the popular show lounge, where informal fun and entertainment draw like a magnet. Yes, from formal to casual, from gourmet concoctions to an outdoor barbecue, anything the palate can crave can be satisfied here. The Broadmoor is an Epicurean tour de force, a gourmet's dream. But if you must tear yourself away for a time to attend to a necessary bit of business, that's been made as painless as possible. Matchless facilities, from a giant convention center where 1,600 delicious luncheons or dinners can be served at the same time, to comfortable meeting rooms and professional quality screening areas and quiet little corner places for intimate, important conversations. If you are otherwise occupied, then so is she, browsing through the superb Good Life shops that offer an amazing variety of the finest goods and accessories assembled anywhere. It may be next to impossible to extricate the lady from these shops, so a suggestion. Entertainment. It works every time. The strains of Hoagie Carmichael's Immortal Stardust gives us the clue someone very special is here. It's Wayne King, the Waltz King. Was it all a dream? Of course it was. A dream come true. You experienced the Broadmoor. You experienced the ultimate in quality. You were the guests of entrepreneurial sovereigns whose tireless efforts have made it possible to retain the old-world flavor of this gracious establishment and yet at the same time make good their proud claim that the Broadmoor is the most modern hotel anywhere. Hotel? Now the word seems entirely inadequate. The Broadmoor means the finest one-to-one service, personal service in the world. The Broadmoor is beauty, that rare combination of style and grace and substance, always sought by others, but available in this fashion only at the Broadmoor in Colorado Springs, Colorado. The one complaint, and you hear it often, is that the clocks move too fast here. It's always over too soon. But then isn't that the true test of having a wonderful time? And we really do wish you were here.
Put more flavor in your life, more fun, more cheer, with Carling Black Label. Mabel, Black Label, the beer with more, the beer with more life in the flavor.
Black Label, the beer with more life in the flavor.
Put more flavor in your life, more fun, more cheer with Carling Black Label. Black Label beer, put more flavor in your life. The way is clear. Get Carling Black Label. Black Label beer.
You'll like the light and lively flavor of Carling Black Label beer. Next time, put more flavor in your life with Carling Black Label, the beer with more life in the flavor.
If your pleasures seem too few, you know what to do. Mabel, Black Label, the beer with more, the beer with more, the beer with more life in the flavor.
Xanadu did Kubla Khan a stately pleasure dome decree. So twice 5 miles of towers were girdled round. And there were gardens bright with sinuous rills, where blossomed many an incense-bearing tree. And here were forests ancient as the hills, enfolding sunny spots of greenery. The shadow of the dome of pleasure floated midway on the waves, where was heard the mingled measure from the fountain and the caves. It was a miracle of rare device, a sunny pleasure dome with caves of ice. Kubla Khan, a dream vision by Samuel Taylor Coleridge in the late 1700s. Over a century later, a similar vision became reality, and with it, Spencer Penrose and Charles L. Tutt Jr. introduced a whole new way of life. Broadmoor. Rare. Exquisite. Opulence worn like a casual accessory. Something inside you responds. A childhood fantasy of castles and magic spells. You remember wondering what it felt like to be a king. And you begin to know. Your room, spacious. Or the bellhop, who brings his sense of humor to work as well as good service. Maybe it's the Ozark ham steak, eggs, grits, and red-eye gravy. They'll serve it to you right up until the noon hour. No penalty for sleeping late. Or the garrulous Britisher who heads the golf shop. His name, as long as your arm. He races sports cars for amusement. Or it could be a crack at a clay pigeon. Instruction, if needed, from this lady, a skeet and trap shooting champion. At the Broadmoor, living is an art. Now, maybe you've never thought of it that way, but you pick it up quickly. championship golf courses. Broadmoor East, offering a half-century of ageless quality. In Broadmoor West, young and blithe, undulating over the foothills of the Colorado Rockies. Both have been the site of the world's top amateur tournaments. Tennis, summer, and winter. Under the Broadmoor Big Top, covering 2 of the 6 courts. Or the luxury of 2 outdoor swimming pools, temperature controlled for year-round pleasure. You like animals? Out the Mountaineer and ride to the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo, one of the finest in the world, and a gift to the Pikes Peak region in 1938. Spencer Penrose started it with just 1 friendly elephant. But Spencer Penrose never did things halfway. Not far from there, take in the steak fry. Western tradition with the Broadmoor touch. See the Shrine of the Sun, a Penrose tribute to humorist Will Rogers. At Ski Broadmoor, day doesn't break. It crystallizes. Automatic snowmakers assure good skiing conditions. Just 5 minutes from the hotel, Ski Broadmoor operates day and night. Even if you don't ski, the Winter House welcomes you with Bavarian food, warmth, and drink. Whatever the season, the Broadmoor spells excitement. Just sit, watch the swans. Play a little chess. Or read. The place can be filled to capacity, and you'll still find rooms like this one to relax in. Nobody will bother you. That is luxury. A Broadmoor evening glitters. Famous entertainers. Spectacular shows. movies in the little theater. Good company in an authentic English pub. Dancing with Toulouse-Lautrec. Cocktails and listening music in an Oriental treasure house. The rooftop Penrose room. With the gourmet cuisine sought by celebrities, presidents, and kings. The Broadmoor is like a small city. You can buy, or browse, or be pampered. B.F. Goodrich to B.H. Raggy. Children's wear, hunting and fishing equipment, the Diamond Owl, a harem necklace. El Pomar Carriage House is good for a couple of hours in the past. And you can even keep up with the stock market if you like. The Broadmoor welcomes conventions and makes arrangements a snap. A complete sales department staffed with experienced people does more than sell. It assists the conference in every detail, from rooms to catering, to make your convention memorable. When it comes to space, the Broadmoor's International Center has a lot of it. Big, beautiful space, and ready for any kind of action. Meetings, dining, or entertainment for up to 2,400 people. Fully equipped stage and floating balcony. Complete kitchen facilities. Traditional Broadmoor quality service. And that's just part of the Broadmoor's convention complex. For more intimate business conferences, the Oval Room, the Green Room, the Portales Room. The Broadmoor makes any convention unconventional. In the words of Broadmoor President Thayer Tutt, innkeeping is a friendly business. To the Broadmoor guest, it's a time to enjoy the good life. For, as in Kubla Khan, he on honeydew hath fed, and drunk the milk of paradise.
You call that music? Get me out of here.
That, they could make that law stick. People would say, no, we saved it, and we worked it, and we made it, and we got the right to do it.
With action and suspense out of the Old West comes the most famous hero of them all.
Dearest, dearest, I whisper prettily unto thee. Thou art solid murder, what a kick thou givest me. When I'm sentimental, dost thou dig my jive? I feel gallant and gentle. Is it
Just because the Joe Crash goes a thunderbolt, isn't that just like love? Straight as your path and firm as your step, and then at the drop of a glove, where south, which is north, bang, it's July the 4th. Isn't that just like love? Isn't it odd to walk up to a dream and say, don't I know you? Isn't it weird to hear miracles talk and say, well, how do you do? Clear as your mind and strong as your will, a mountain is simple to show. Then the ground falls apart, boom goes your apple cart. Isn't that just like love?
Colorado Springs, the Way It Was, is a program produced by the Pikes Peak Library District that looks back at the history of this region through old films. If you have an older film that features the history of this area you would like shown on Channel 17, please call 531-6333, extension 1170.
Isn't that just like love? Isn't it just